After 65, your body stops whispering and starts talking louder. You may not always notice it, but it's there. Subtle changes, little nudges, new aches, slight shifts in energy or appetite. And sometimes, if you're not paying attention, your body will give you stronger signals that something isn't quite right. It's easy to chalk things up to age, tell yourself that it's normal to feel a little more tired, or forget where you left your keys. But some signs are not just part of aging, they're warning lights. Your body is trying to get your attention, and if you listen closely, you'll give yourself a better chance of staying healthy, strong, and independent in the years ahead. This is especially important for those in their late 60s and beyond. After 65, our bodies start sending messages more frequently, but most people don't know how to interpret them. That's why today we're going to talk about 5 signs your body might be warning you. These signs are more than just common symptoms. They're red flags that deserve your attention. And one of them, sign number 4, is especially important. It's the one most people overlook, and it could change the course of your health if you ignore it for too long. Let's start with the first sign, one that may seem simple on the surface, but is often a silent indicator of something deeper going on beneath. Unexplained weight loss is one of the most overlooked red flags after age 65. Now, at first glance, losing a few pounds might seem like a good thing, especially if you've been trying to eat healthier or move more. But when weight starts falling off without effort or intention, that's when the concern begins. For many in their 60s or 70s, unexpected weight loss can mean that the body's not absorbing nutrients properly. It might also be a sign of muscle mass loss, which happens faster as we age, particularly if we're not engaging in regular strength-based movement. Your body begins to burn through muscle as a fuel source when it's not getting enough calories or protein. That loss of muscle isn't just about strength, it impacts your ability to balance, to walk confidently, and to maintain independence. Worse yet, weight loss can also point to more serious underlying conditions like thyroid issues, digestive disorders, or even cancer. The challenge here is that unintentional weight loss is easy to ignore at first. You might simply tighten your belt a little more or find that your clothes are looser and assume it's no big deal. But when paired with reduced appetite, fatigue, or visible muscle thinning, it becomes a powerful message from your body. It's not just about the number on the scale, it's about what's driving the change. So if you've noticed your weight dropping and you haven't changed anything about how you eat or move, don't brush it off. See your doctor, get a few simple tests. Catching things early gives you more options, more time, and more peace of mind. Now let's move into the second warning sign, which hits a little closer to home for most people, because nearly everyone in their mid to late 60s has felt it at some point. We're talking about fatigue, not just being tired after a busy day, but a kind of deep, draining fatigue that doesn't go away after sleep. It's the type of exhaustion that lingers through the day, even after a full night of rest. It's when you start waking up already tired, when you need to sit down after doing something simple like loading the dishwasher or making the bed, when it takes longer and longer to recharge. The tricky part is that fatigue is often accepted as normal, but it's not always just age. Sometimes fatigue is your body trying to tell you that something deeper is wrong. It could be your heart working harder than it should to pump blood. It could be a sign of low iron or low vitamin B12, both of which are incredibly common in older adults. It could even be a side effect of certain medications. Whatever the cause, persistent fatigue should never be ignored. In many cases, this kind of tiredness isn't just physical, it's emotional and mental too. You might feel irritable, sad, or just less motivated than usual. You might lose interest in things that once brought you joy. And if you're someone who's lived an active, busy life, these changes can feel frustrating or even embarrassing. But this is the time to speak up. Your doctor can help identify what's going on. Whether it's sleep apnea, poor circulation, or nutritional deficiencies, most causes of fatigue can be treated or improved, but only if you recognize them. Coming up next is a sign that gets brushed off far too often, and yet it's one of the most serious. It's also the one that most people don't notice until it's affecting their everyday lives. We'll cover that in part 2, so keep going. And hey, if you've been nodding along or learning something new here, take a second to support the channel by hitting the like button. If you want more content like this about real issues that matter to people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, go ahead and subscribe. We're here to help you feel informed, empowered, and healthy in your later years. Let's pick up right where we left off. Because the third sign your body may be warning you after 65 hits people in their late 60s, 70s, and even into their 80s. Sadly, it's the sign that many ignore the most, even when it starts affecting their daily life. This one's about your memory. Not just misplacing your keys or forgetting the name of someone you just met. We all do that from time to time. But more serious memory lapses, the kind where you walk into a room and forget why you're there. Then it keeps happening, or when you start having trouble following conversations, remembering appointments, or even recalling events from earlier that same day. When your mind starts to feel like it's swimming through fog and the things that used to be clear start feeling distant. Cognitive confusion and memory issues are not something to sweep under the rug. While it's true that a little forgetfulness can be a normal part of aging, noticeable or increasing memory loss is your brain's way of telling you something is wrong. It may be a sign that your brain isn't getting enough oxygen or nutrients. It might also indicate poor blood circulation, especially if you have a history of heart disease, diabetes, or high blood pressure. In some cases, it may be the early stages of dementia or Alzheimer's. Here's something a lot of people don't realize. Cognitive decline doesn't always start with memory. It can start with changes in mood, a shorter temper, or even becoming more withdrawn socially. You may notice someone who used to enjoy socializing now prefers to sit in silence, or someone who loved reading or puzzles now avoids those activities, saying they feel tired or can't focus. This withdrawal can be a defense mechanism. They know something feels different, but don't know how to explain it. And that's why this warning sign is so critical, because early intervention can make a huge difference. The brain is a muscle, and just like the body, it needs to be worked, nourished, and cared for. If you or someone you love is experiencing noticeable changes in memory or thinking skills, don't assume it's just getting older. It may be preventable, treatable, or at least manageable if addressed early. Now we come to sign number 4. And this is the one we told you not to ignore. It's easy to overlook because it doesn't always feel urgent, but it is. If you're over 65 and you've been getting sick more often, or if your cuts and bruises are taking longer to heal, your immune system could be waving a red flag. This is one of the most important signs to watch for, and yet it's often brushed aside. You might think it's just a cold or I must have bumped into something, but when the colds linger longer than usual or you start getting infections you never used to get, like urinary tract infections, chest infections, or slow healing sores, that's your body telling you something critical. Here's what happens. As we age, our immune system weakens naturally. But for some people, this process is more severe or happens more quickly. This means the body can't fight off bacteria and viruses the way it used to. And wounds, they can take longer to heal because the circulation isn't delivering nutrients to the skin and tissue fast enough. Here's a powerful example. Let's say you get a small cut on your leg. 10 years ago, that wound might have scabbed over in a day or two and healed in a week. Now, at 68 or 73, you notice that same kind of cut takes 2 weeks or even longer. That's not just normal aging. That's your immune system slowing down and possibly your circulation weakening too. It's especially important to monitor this if you have diabetes or poor circulation, as those conditions can dramatically increase your risk of infections that don't heal. In extreme cases, untreated infections can lead to hospitalization or worse. Infections in older adults also don't always look the way they do in younger people. Instead of high fever or obvious symptoms, an infection might show up as sudden confusion, lack of appetite, or sleepiness. So if someone seems off, even if they don't have a cough or a fever, don't rule out the possibility of an infection. And when it comes to prevention, this is one of the best places to take action early. Boosting your immune system with good nutrition, regular physical activity, proper hydration, and possibly even supplements can help. And don't forget regular checkups. Catching issues before they become infections is always easier than treating them after they've taken hold. We'll get to the 5th and final sign in the next part, and this one has everything to do with something we all do every single day: breathe. Changes in how you breathe or how your circulation feels are signals your body may be trying to send you, so stick around. And before we move on, if this content has helped you so far, if you've recognized any of these signs in yourself or someone close to you, consider subscribing. It helps us keep creating content focused on health and vitality for those in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. And if you're finding value here, hit the like button. It lets us know this is the kind of information you want more of. Now let's move on to the 5th and final sign your body might be warning you about after 65. And while it may seem subtle at first, it can be one of the most telling and impactful. It has everything to do with something we do all day, every day: breathing. Most of us take breathing for granted. It happens naturally, quietly, in the background of our lives. But as we move into our mid-60s, 70s, and 80s, changes in our breathing patterns or circulation can serve as some of the earliest and most serious signals that something deeper is going on inside the body. Have you noticed that you're getting winded more easily than you used to? Maybe climbing a single flight of stairs leaves you needing to catch your breath, or perhaps walking across a parking lot feels more exhausting than it should. For some people, even speaking for too long, laughing, or bending down to tie their shoes becomes a challenge. This isn't always just old age. Often it's a sign that your heart or lungs aren't working as efficiently as they once did. This kind of change often creeps in slowly. One day you're going for your daily walk without issue, and then a few weeks later, you're taking breaks halfway through. You might dismiss it at first, thinking you're just tired or that it's been a long week. But the truth is, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing can be tied to several serious conditions, like heart disease, congestive heart failure, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. And the older we get, the more critical it becomes to address these symptoms head on. In addition to shortness of breath, pay close attention to any signs of poor circulation, cold fingers and toes, bluish or pale skin, especially around the lips or fingertips, swelling in your ankles or legs, or even a strange tingling or numbness. These are signs that your blood isn't flowing the way it should. When circulation slows down, oxygen isn't reaching your tissues efficiently, which not only affects your energy and comfort, it can damage your organs over time. Sometimes these changes in breathing and circulation are accompanied by feelings of dizziness, lightheadedness, or frequent fatigue. If you notice that simply getting up from your chair makes you feel a little woozy, that could be your blood pressure dropping or your heart not pumping efficiently. These symptoms are easy to brush off, but doing so can be dangerous. Your body is telling you it's struggling to keep up with daily demands. It's worth noting, too, that issues with circulation and breathing are often deeply connected to your lifestyle habits, like how much you move, what you eat, how well you sleep, and even your stress levels. For instance, if you're mostly sedentary, your circulation naturally slows. If you're not drinking enough water or eating enough heart-healthy foods, your arteries may be stiffening or clogging. And if you're living under chronic stress, your blood pressure can creep up silently over time, causing strain on your heart. But here's the good news. Even small changes in your daily habits can make a noticeable difference in your breathing and circulation. Daily movement, even just a short walk around the block, helps keep your blood flowing. Breathing exercises and simple stretches improve lung capacity and oxygen intake. Drinking more water, cutting back on processed foods, and getting better sleep all support your heart and lungs. You don't need to overhaul your life in one day, but you do need to start somewhere. Now that we've gone through all 5 signs, unexplained weight loss, extreme fatigue, cognitive confusion, frequent infections, and changes in breathing or circulation, it's important to take a moment and reflect. Have you seen any of these signs in yourself or in someone you love? Too often, we tell ourselves it's just aging, that it's normal to feel tired all the time or to catch colds more frequently. But aging doesn't mean we have to accept a lower quality of life. Many of the signs we've talked about are not just part of getting older, they're warning lights on your body's dashboard, asking for your attention. You deserve to feel strong, alert, and capable, no matter your age. The 60s, 70s, and even 80s can be some of the most fulfilling, joyful years of your life if you take care of your body and listen to its signals. In the next part, we'll tie everything together and talk about practical steps you can take to respond to these signs, whether you're experiencing one or several of them. These steps are simple and effective, and they don't require a complete lifestyle overhaul, just a willingness to tune in, take action, and prioritize your health going forward. So stay with me. We're not done yet. Let's talk about what you can do starting tomorrow to feel better, live stronger, and age with more grace and ease. Part 4 is coming up next. Now that we've uncovered and discussed the 5 most important signs your body may be warning you about after 65, it's time to talk about what to do with this information, because knowing the signs is only half the story. The real power lies in how you respond to them. The good news? You don't need to flip your whole life upside down. You don't need a brand new wardrobe, an expensive gym membership, or some high-tech equipment. What you need is awareness, consistency, and a few manageable changes that can strengthen your health and protect your future. Let's start with one of the simplest but most powerful actions you can take: daily movement. We talked about how fatigue, circulation issues, and even cognitive changes can be linked to inactivity. Moving your body every single day doesn't just strengthen your muscles, it helps your brain, your heart, your lungs, and even your digestion. And here's the best part. Movement can be enjoyable. It doesn't need to be something you dread. For example, a brisk 15-minute walk in the morning can wake up your entire body. If it's chilly outside, take a few laps around the house or climb your stairs a few extra times. Stretching while listening to calming music can help ease stiffness in the joints and start your day off gently. Even light housework, gardening, or dancing in the kitchen count. The point is, don't stay still for too long. Next, let's talk about fueling your body the right way. After 65, your digestive system might not be as efficient as it once was. You might notice you're not as hungry as before or that certain foods don't sit as well. But this is when good nutrition matters most. You need foods that are high in nutrients but easy to digest. Things like leafy greens, berries, sweet potatoes, oatmeal, fish, and plenty of water. Be especially mindful of your protein intake. Muscle loss accelerates as we age, and getting enough protein is crucial to maintaining your strength and preventing the kind of unintentional weight loss we mentioned earlier. If meat isn't appealing, there are other options. Try eggs, Greek yogurt, lentils, tofu, or even a smoothie with a scoop of protein powder. Now, on to something people don't always link to their physical symptoms. Stress affects your body in ways you might not feel immediately. It raises your blood pressure, increases inflammation, weakens your immune system, and disrupts your sleep. Over time, this quiet stress wears your body down. So what can you do? Start with the basics. Prioritize sleep hygiene. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Avoid screens before bed and create a calming nighttime routine. Take a warm bath, read a physical book, or do some deep breathing. Your body needs that rest to recover and function well. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you're feeling overwhelmed. Talking to someone, a friend, a counselor, or a support group can ease mental stress, improve your mood, and lift the invisible weight off your shoulders. Now, let's not forget social connection. As you've heard me say before, isolation is one of the biggest threats to our health as we get older. If you've been feeling more alone lately, don't ignore that feeling. Reach out, call someone you haven't spoken to in a while, join a local walking group, sign up for a painting class, volunteer, or even just strike up a conversation with a neighbor. Our brains are wired for connection. Regular interaction with others sharpens memory, lifts mood, and keeps depression and anxiety at bay. And those moments of laughter, listening, and shared stories, they do more for your health than you probably realize. Let's also not forget the power of regular checkups. After 65, your relationship with your doctor becomes even more important. Don't skip your appointments. Those regular check-ins are where small issues can be caught before they become big problems. Make sure you're up to date on your blood work, screenings, medications, and vaccinations. And finally, I want to talk to you directly, not just as someone watching this video, but as someone who still has so much life ahead of them. Don't let fear or shame keep you from taking that next step. Whether it's adjusting your diet, moving your body more, reaching out to someone you love, or finally making that doctor's appointment, you can do it, one step at a time. This stage of life, the 60s, the 70s, and beyond, it can be filled with joy, with laughter, with new memories, and with purpose. But only if you listen to your body, honor its warnings, and give it the care it's asking for. So here we are. If you've stayed with me this far, you already know more than most people do about what their body is trying to say after 65, and that matters a lot. Because the truth is, most people don't slow down long enough to listen to what their body's saying. But you did. You showed up, you paid attention, and you've taken the first step toward living your later years with more strength, awareness, and intention. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. We talked about 5 powerful signs that your body could be using to warn you: unexplained weight loss, deep fatigue, cognitive changes, frequent infections, and changes in breathing or circulation. None of these signs are just normal aging. They're your body waving a flag, sometimes a quiet one, sometimes loud, but always asking you to look a little deeper, to respond with care, not neglect. And here's the thing, after 65, every small action matters. Every choice you make becomes part of the bigger picture of your health and quality of life. Think of your body like a loyal friend. It's been with you through every season, every high and low. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it does need to be treated with respect. And consistency, that's the beautiful part. It's never too late to show your body that you're listening. Maybe it starts with a short walk in the morning, just 10 minutes to stretch your legs, fill your lungs with fresh air, and remind yourself that movement is medicine. Or maybe it's adding one colorful vegetable to your dinner plate tonight, or or calling your doctor about something you've been quietly worrying about, or reconnecting with someone you've drifted from. These aren't big, dramatic acts, but they are brave ones. And the older we get, the braver we must be to choose health over and over again, even when the world tells us to slow down and settle. You've earned the right to enjoy these years. You've earned peace of mind, energy in your step, and confidence in your health. But you have to reach for it. You have to protect it. Let's also be honest, aging does come with changes, and not all of them are easy. We may lose people we love. Our bodies may feel different. Our days may not always be full of energy or adventure. But that doesn't mean we stop living. That doesn't mean we stop trying. This chapter, your 60s, 70s, 80s, even your 90s, can be one of the richest seasons of your life. You've built wisdom, you've built resilience, and now you get to use both to build a life that honors your health and happiness on your terms. I want to leave you with one final thought, and it's a simple one, but I hope you carry it with you. Your body is not broken. It is aging, yes, but it is still capable of joy, of movement, of healing, of connection, of strength. So listen when it whispers. Don't wait for it to shout. Start small, stay consistent, be kind to yourself when it feels tough, and celebrate every step you take toward better health, even if it's just choosing water over soda or going outside to breathe in the morning light. You've got this. And before we wrap up, I want to say if this message resonated with you, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving this video a like. It helps us continue creating content that empowers people like you to take control of their health and live better every day. We're building a community of people who want to age with strength, with joy, and with purpose. You belong here. Leave a comment and share which sign spoke to you the most, or tell us about a change you're planning to make in your daily routine. Your story could inspire someone else to do the same. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself. Stay curious, stay hopeful, and remember, every day is a chance to listen to your body and treat it like the amazing, strong, and worthy vessel it is. Until next time.